Have a seat right there. Less drama, more music. I agree. Let's shut that door, can't we? So that the drama doesn't get outside. Hi, y'all. How are you guys?
Hello.
Now, let's start back here in this corner before we get. Now, what is your name?
I'm Kazembe. Zendaya's dad.
Your dad.
Yeah.
And
I'm mom.
y'all are. This is awesome. Y'all hop up over here. Sit down, mom and dad. Sit down. And here come David Pearl. Here come David Pearl.
honey.
To give you a big.
Oh yeah, it's my boy Scotty Fink.
What's
All
up,
right,
Toby?
now sit there. First of all, Dad, introduce your wonderful, beautiful, amazingly talented daughter right here, please, to the class.
This is the amazing Zendaya Marie.
Now,
No, Zendaya.
congratulations.
Thank you.
And now we're going to put her on the spot here for a second. Most embarrassing thing that happened to her when she was under the age of 10 years old. What was it?
I have no memory.
Really? You cannot recall, or you are protecting her?
No,
from-
here's the thing. He looks younger than he is.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, who just got put on
I'm
black?
like, you say
How
something, what
about
you
that?
you say something,
That's a
I say the
question for
age.
Mom.
I'm just saying.
Oh, so Mom, come on over here. There's a microphone open for you too.
Mom's anti-camera.
embarrassing-
Come on.
Embarrassing.
It's still too late.
No, please. No, I think it's great that y'all are here because here's something, and I really want to like underscore this, and this is something that is very cool, and I want people to know that seeing you guys traveling with her, allowing her to pursue her dream, but being right there to support her, that's really what this is all about. I have a 9-year-old who loves watching her and who really believes that, you know, she could one day be just like her. And as a parent, this is one of the coolest things I think I've seen come through this studio in some time. So congratulations to all of you for keeping it in the family and for doing what you're doing. You have a great family.
I do. I have a great family, and I'm very, very lucky to have that support system. You know.
Yeah. Like, I mean, this game is crazy. It gets rough. Are there times when you go to Dad and you're like, Dad, listen, man, I was having lunch at the top of the Eisner Team Disney building, and you know, we were sitting there, and they're just sitting there asking me all these questions about things and making all these promises, and sometimes I get confused, and I know it's Disney I'm supposed to believe, and I wouldn't wish upon a star. But Dad, can you just help me see the forest through the trees? When's the last time you and Dad had a talk like that?
Well, I think, you know, I have talks like that with my parents all the time.
Yeah.
You know, my parents are obviously, they're guiding me through the life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to do with industry stuff. It could just be like any regular day stuff. You know, any issues that you have, they've been through already. So
Yeah.
it's nice that I have people that are there for me at any time. And I have brothers and sisters that are all older than me, older cousins. I know I can call anyone at any time and I will get an answer or get support.
See, I think that this is something people need to know because you know what? You see, we've seen over the last, 15 years, we've seen Disney stars, Disney princesses, the queens of the of Mickey Records, you know, come and do their thing. And then they leave the mouse house and things get a little bit interesting. But I've talked with several. And I will tell you that it is very, very cool because the only other time I saw that I sat down and I had the parents in the room with one who was made big by the Mickey Mouse Record Factory is it was in Tampa, and it was Hillary Duff, and she's managed to, even though she's not doing what she wants to do, she did everything great.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what I mean?
And she gets to settle down, have a family.
And it's because I had
it's
a
chill.
conversation with her, and Mom was right there.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was the amazing thing about this whole meteoric rise you're on. It can be overwhelming, but here you are with family.
That's right.
And they're going through it with you.
Of course, every step of the way.
Now, the first time she talked about a boyfriend, did you say, listen, we got to have a conversation?
Absolutely. I was hoping that would happen somewhere around the age of when she turned 30 or something.
I was thinking 35 personally for my own situation.
The conversation.
Yes.
But the actual thing, nah, I'm still not down with that. But
Not down?
nah, man.
Do you ever tell her to go talk to Mom? And when's the last time you had her go talk to Mom?
Probably this morning.
Really? What happened?
Well, you know, it's always something mostly regarding getting her to eat something healthy
Yeah.
or to go to bed.
Right.
Let's see, eat healthy, go into bed. And we had an intervention yesterday.
Uh-oh, what happened? Intervention?
about
Yeah.
going to bed earlier.
Well, now tell me now what now I
No,
will
here's
say
the problem. Here's the hard thing.
Okay.
See, listen, I have a very busy schedule,
Yes,
and the
you do.
only time I get to talk to any of my friends is at night.
and they're on the other coast.
And they're on exactly. So they're
Right.
it's a late for me. It's earlier for them, and it's the only time I can talk to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I text them like once during the day. But we gotta catch up.
You have to make time for this.
Exactly. And they're like, well, you need to get to bed earlier. I'm like, well, guys, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I need my time. Okay, they're like, all right, well, let's just limit the time that we're, on the phone, or let's limit the time that we're texting. And I was like, I don't know how that's going to go.
Mm-hmm. You're like, last I checked, I'm the face on the television in movies, judging these dancers. Last I checked. Now, I know your mom and dad, but this is my party.
That's right.
I do what I want.
And then
And I won't get a foam finger and make you. Oh, and then and Daddy says. So that's when Daddy says, "I will take this belt off, child." That's hilarious. Dad, have you ever run into anything like that? Because I know what my daughter is not your age yet, but when she gets there, I have a feeling I got a handful of pain coming my way. Oh, Jesus help me.
Don't fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
So if you know yourself.
you'll keep.
No.
Yeah.
Can we have a prayer meeting? No, but it's just it is true that you need to make time for your friends. The rebellious younger man in me would just say to my mom and dad, "Well, it's actually noon my time." So the way I see it is, it's 9:00 my time. It is not
true.
midnight local time. So
is
I'm
true.
on West Coast time, Dad. So give me my phone, please.
It's very true. It's very true. That's a very good point.
Now, have you ever said, I'm going to take my Black American Express card to the Verizon store and get my own secret phone if you keep hounding me on these phones?
No. I mean, honestly, okay. My parents, they have like strict rules or whatever, but I'm so boring. Like my rebellious teenager ways are like staying up an extra half an hour. Like, ooh.
Well, better that
in your
than you running
face,
around
Mom.
like Lindsay Lohan doing ridiculousness. Know what I'm saying? We see how that ends up.
I'm a real boring teenager. I don't like, like all that partying or whatever that happens during this time. I'm really not interested in. So,
Right.
yeah, I don't really have to worry about that.
Flash forward a few years,
Okay.
Dad, Mom. Say she starts working with Larry Rudolph. And, she says, we need to do some sort of like moderate reinvention. And they come walking out with a foam finger and some weird looking mushrooms and a very scantily clad type outfit looking thing that you wouldn't even let your wife buy at Victoria's Secret. What do you say? First of all, Dad, then you.
Well, to be honest with you, I really don't think that would ever happen.
Right.
Really. Zendaya's just not that kind of a person to begin with.
Right.
She's never been that kind of a person.
Right.
She's always been conscious of how she presents herself,
Right.
how she dresses. She's never been that girl that wanted to wear dresses up to her butt or
I never
really
had that
dress
problem.
risque.
I never got in trouble. My parents have never, ever in my life had to be like, that's too short. You need to change your outfit. Like, never in my life.
But, the thing is you're an artist. And, sometimes art goes in interesting directions.
Yes.
And are you very aware of kind of where you want to go and how
Yes.
you want to stay?
I like to be an appropriate artist,
Right.
I guess you could say. I think there's nothing wrong with, maturing, but maturing in a positive way. I mean, I think honestly, like, some of the best musicians didn't even have cuss words in their songs.
Right.
There's no need for that, or there's
Right.
no need to, show extra skin or whatever. It's not necessary. You can make it and be just as good without that. And especially, I have little nieces and nephews, and especially to my little nieces, I'm not going to present something that I don't want them to be when they're 17 years old. Like, well, if I do that, I expect them to do that too. Like, I need to hold myself accountable for that, because I will quickly snatch up my little nieces if they're
So
acting
you
crazy.
realize you're a role model, not just for family, but for my, soon to be 10-year-old. I mean, she sits here and watches you and knows that I'm talking to you right now. She's like, will you fly me up? I'm like, honey, you have school. But that's twice I couldn't come see somebody. And I told you about them first. And I'm like, I know, dear. I know. You don't even watch Disney anymore. I'm like, that's a lie.
That's a lot.
And by the way, don't let me remind you about all the times we still watch Big Time Rush, because it's actually a good show. What's up, Kendall? I know we're switching networks up, but still. But you know, but you realize this. Is it overwhelming though? Because you know you're doing what you love to do, and this with fame, if we're gonna call it what it is, comes responsibility.
I'm not worried about it, honestly, because I feel like, you know, some people are cut out to do what they do and some people aren't. Right. And I'm cut out for this. I'm just like, I am your standard boring teenager. Like I don't have.
I would say your life is far from boring.
But in my regular life, like I'm not one of those people that's like, ooh, like she's partying. Ooh, let's catch her partying. And oh no, the leaks on the internet.
Okay,
like,
you make money.
I'm not that weird kid.
We're just gonna go right at it. You make money and you get paid. Now, are you saving it? Or
Yeah.
what are you splurging on?
Heck yeah, I'm saving.
You don't need to go out and get Louboutins.
Well, occasionally.
Okay.
Occasionally, because I feel like I deserve it every now and then.
Well, you do work
which
hard.
everyone does. I feel like you have to treat yourself every now and then. But obviously, I'm saving a lot because I want to go to college. There's lots of things I want to do.
Justin Bieber go out and buy this weird-looking silver Fisker Karma electric car. He's like the only person who has it. And then he goes out and buys a Bentley. What do you think about him? Because he's like a contemporary for you. So what separates you from keeps you from going Bieber?
I think he just has people around him probably that are just there because he is who he is.
You think they're crazy?
Yeah.
Entourages are nuts, you say?
Yes, kind of.
Your entourage is mom and dad and this weird David Pearl dude.
my entourage is my parents, my teacher, my best friends that I've known forever, you know. And I think, you know, that also comes with success is a lot of people that are going to want to be a part of that. Right. And then, you know, I'm sure there's real people that are there for him, but I feel like, you know, he's growing up and everyone has to learn. Everyone has to figure out who they are. And he's only, was he 20 now or something? I don't know. But he's still young. He's still trying to figure out who he is, and that's totally okay. He's got a long time. So he'll learn. He'll figure it out.
So no blunts, no snitches, no 40s, not spending your money, although you do buy some Louboutins every now and then. You do work hard for what you get. Now, have you found that with fame you've been able to see through fake friends?
Of course. Oh, yeah. I've been able to see through fake friends, like, since the day I was born, I think. And also parents spot fake friends before you sometimes.
They do?
Oh, yeah.
So which one did you spot recently that was fake? What was his name?
They don't come around often. I don't associate myself.
I shut it down before it even gets there.
Oh, for real?
Oh, yeah.
Me and my dad, we're the ones that are like, we have that look, you know, that, that, you know. And I think it's like, for me, I don't even hang out with people in L.A. because I live in L.A. now, and I'm from Oakland. And Oakland, if anybody knows, is a very, like, real home-like place, and people are, you know someone, you know everyone, and it's very connected and very down to earth. And so moving to LA was a big change because the people are very different there.
Oh, yes, they are.
The young kids, it's like they're always on stage.
The
like
young
they're
kids
always
and
on
even
camera.
the 70-year-old women who try to look 50 again, but then they went and got something done to their face and they look like cats.
It happens.
With
it happens.
large things on their chest.
Yeah.
That aren't real.
That's Hollywood for you.
I was like, that's not natural. I let that out the last time. It was that last weekend, but then I shut up very quickly because I realized from I have an imaginary friend and she tells me you're not being classy.
You're not being classy. But like I said, you know, this is very different personalities, and I've always been able to see through that. I've only kept around friends that I know have my back and I know care about me and care about everything else, and that's not a lot of people. There's like maybe 3 people that I truly hang out with all the time and that are really close to me, and the rest are family, you know.
So that's why mom and dad need to get off your back about talking to people late.
Yeah.
Because you need the time.
Yeah.
There's only 3 of them.
There's only 3 of them.
Or you need to like schedule in some time.
Yeah.
No, you're traveling.
Basically.
Now,
I'm glad he's on my side.
So, but I'm curious about this fake friend thing.
Mm-hmm.
When did dad sit you down or mom and say, listen, this person is bad news?
Oh, I didn't have to have that problem. Like I said, I've grown up with these people in my life. Like, so meaning they are me.
Real.
Real is real.
Good for you.
And you have to it's like a little radar you have in your brain. You're like, I feel some sort of way about you. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people that I'm nice to everyone.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I'm always going to be cordial and be nice, but I'm just not going to let you into my circle, but I will always be friendly and kind to you. That's just how I feel.
You can hang out in the room. Just stay in that corner.
Just stay.
Maybe I'll take one selfie, maybe, but it ain't going on my Instagram.
Basically.
It'll be on yours. And I'm not going to like it, and I'm not going to favorite it. I'm just going to be like, yeah, I took that. It's okay. You had a meet
Might
and
scroll
greet.
by real quick.
All right, real quick, delete. Okay, cool. Make sure we block this one from the timeline. All right.
Basically.
So that's cool. Mom and dad travel with you. Your music and what you're doing, acting and dancing with the stars and all this stuff. This is all great too, man. I am very excited for you.
Thank you.
And as a parent of someone who looks up to you, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. And don't forget who you are.
Of
I don't
course
think
not.
Mom and Dad will let you,
But just in case.
but don't forget who you are. And don't let some boy break your heart.
It's
Going to happen anyway, but I will tell you, try very hard not to let it happen.
Oh man, you
Because
already
you're a
know.
sweet person, and I'm like feeling like if you were my daughter, and I, the one thing I think that we want as parents, I think, is to protect you and keep dumb, mean, scary things from happening.
Yeah.
And we know we can't do it all the time, so keep your guard up around these guys, especially these Hollywood boys.
Of course.
I mean, look at Zac Efron. Who knew?
Right?
I mean, really?
Who knew?
Who knew?
Yeah,
And now
hey.
he's running around town doing crazy lines in bathrooms with strip. Who knew?
Who knew? But
Somebody
hey,
get what's her name
like
on the
I
phone?
said-
Ashley Tisdale.
that's like I said. I have the radar. I have the radar. I have about 1 trillion billion big brothers.
Yep.
That like I have my big brothers, so I have 2 big brothers, and then I have the big brothers that like I've known them forever, so they're basically my big brothers, and then I have like the big brothers that I meet I meet new big brothers like almost every year, I feel like.
Yes.
And it just keeps growing, and then I have big brother fans,
Yep.
some of my fans are like they feel protective over me too, so hey, I'm set.
You are set, but here's the thing.
I wish somebody would
You
break
got the
my
ultimate
heart.
Big Brother fan, and he's sitting over here next to you right now. So I have a feeling, like, honestly, if I were like trying to, like, if I were like some young, I'm an up and coming actor under Disney. Hello. Oh, listen, I know we're going to be over on stage 14 in a minute, but I was wondering,
Hello.
would you like to stop by the mess and we could go to get some catering from the craft shop together, maybe some coffee, and then I could give you my phone number. I would tell you right now, if you said, come meet my dad, I would see him and I would crap my pants.
Perfect. That's the idea.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Wait
So
till
let
you
me
meet my
just-
brothers.
So I'm going to say, I'm now in your family, and I'm going to tell you this. If you try to date this woman, A, get her name right.
That's
B,
right. That is right.
B, don't F with it. Because dad will whoop your ass.
That is right.
He will say, M-I-C-K-E-Y, I just kicked your On to the next.
Correct.
Now, is there anything else you'd like to share about your daughter before we let you go? Something as a father that you're very proud of.
Oh man, I'm actually proud of everything this young lady does. What I'm most proud of is she can speak for herself, and my wife and I, we've raised her that way.
Yeah.
This is like kind of a first where people ask me, but I like for Zendaya to speak for herself because I want the world to know that this is her life, her dream. This is what she wants to do. We're just the supporting cast.
Yeah.
And we're not dictating to her what we want to do. And I'm proud of her for really having her own vision.
Yeah. I hope that in a few years, I hope in a few years I can be able to say what you said, but I will say that on this side of the board, I can say to you both, Mom and Dad, well done.
Thank you.
Y'all should be very proud.
All right.
Now let her talk on the phone late at night.
Right?
She's on West Coast
Thank
time,
you.
sir.
But she left out one important piece.
Oh no.
The school is the reason why.
Oh yeah, that's
She's
what I was
falling
saying.
asleep during homework assignments.
But let's really quick. Let's not forget. I'm doing school in planes and cars.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Doesn't everybody fall asleep in planes and cars?
Well,
So this guy's in the front seat, like,
I'm not trying to get in the middle
and
of
I'm
family
back
drama.
here trying
But I will
to
say
study.
this: like, what classes are you trying to take right now? Because it's a long flight from coast to
Everything.
coast. So, like, let's
History,
so,
English,
Okay, listen. English.
physics.
Who wants to be on a
Calculus.
plane reading English and trying to do calculus somewhere over Montana?
Right?
Nobody.
You want to read her calculus book?
But her teacher is with her. Her teacher travels with her.
Where's this teacher?
My teacher's out in the hallway.
Teacher!
She's getting me
Oh, no.
prepared for the car ride.
Oh Lord. Teacher, come here. How are her grades? Where's the teacher? Let's see. Well, we having this is like the most in-depth conversation of all time.
You've been summoned.
Teacher, come here. All right.
She's not just teacher. She's second
Introduce
mom.
yourself
About
to
a
the
judge.
class, please.
Hello, I am Monique Fisher.
Monique, and you are the teacher.
I am Zendaya's
And
teacher.
who is your pupil?
Zendaya.
I wanted to make sure you said the name right.
It's
Now-
Zendaya, not Zendaya. And
That's
all
a
those other
Zendaya,
funny
everybody. Well, so I said, DJs in this game, I tell you, ask the same 5 questions, and they're like, so Zendaya, so let's talk about Dance with Star. They have your picture on Just Jared Jr. today. That was pretty red dress. How are her grades? Is she slipping in calculus?
things. No, she's not.
You got to get on about English, don't you?
I have to get on her about everything because she doesn't have time.
History.
But she does not like history.
Oh, really? You in Washington, D.C.
But she likes it in that respect where she can experience it, as
Yeah.
most children.
So she can go perform at the White House egg roll. She'll learn all about the White House. But she doesn't need to tell you about Hubert Humphrey Williams Smith Jr., who was the assistant secretary of something under Abraham Lincoln. Okay.
No.
All right. I'm not going to leave you hanging. Just saying.
No.
So teach her the right history.
She's great.
I am.
Have you had to give her an F?
No, never.
No
we
failing.
read what's in the history books, but then I, tweak it to reality.
Okay. Well, listen, I just wanted to make sure you stay on her about this.
Oh, you believe me?
Let her talk on the
You
phone,
don't
though.
even know. Let me tell you, she's second mom too. So I have 2 moms on me all the time about, did you eat something healthy? Blah, 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 blah. Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Put in your braces. Make sure you brush your teeth. Make sure you get to bed on time. Make sure you turn off your phone.
Do you ever just freak out at them all and say, stop, all of you?
Yes. I just know, I'm just like, I'm going to
I'm
eat
the
chocolate.
one making the money. I know I'm not 18, but I will be one day. Don't make me want, what's the word I learned in my class? At 15,000 feet while we were taking off over some weird state, Alaska. What's the word? Don't make me ask for emancipation. Now give me my phone and my iPad. Don't make me go to the Apple store because I make this money. SAG-AFTRA puts it in a trust fund, but it's mine. Mom and Dad, I'm going to mom over
Let me
here.
just give you a
Mom's back here
teacher's
staying. I'm
perspective
staying out
on
of this
that. Emancipation does not clear her from her education.
Woo!
Okay.
Enough said.
All right.
This has been one of the best conversations of all. But you know what? You
This
are
is probably
amazing.
the most
You
entertaining.
work very hard. You're a role model for young people, specifically like my young little one and everybody in the industry. And I wish that everybody who does what you do had this kind of support system around them.
Thank
because
you.
I think it's really your secret weapon to success.
That's
And,
right.
There are people who want to have ice cream with you, and I don't want to hold them up. But
Ice
thank
cream,
you
you
for
hear
coming
that?
by, and thanks for letting me chat with you. I hope
Thank
that I
you.
can, in a few years, be the kind of father that you are and sit back and say,
No doubt you
exactly the same
will.
thing. It's amazing.
No
And
doubt
Mom,
you
I know
will.
you're being quiet, but I'm proud of you too.
Don't turn the camera over here.
Just turn the camera off now. Yeah.